Hey, lighten up, jerk!
I actually got pulled over this past weekend
No, what did you get pulled over for, Andy?
for speeding. Yeah,
Did
but
oh now, one thing that I remember we talked about. I think it was probably our very first podcast.
yeah,
Was
one of the first.
was his story about when he got pulled over one time and the cop looked at his hands and like, oh crap. Did that happen this time?
I
think so,
Yeah,
yeah.
more or less.
Did you get out of this ticket?
Yeah.
Yes.
I got let off with a warning.
Goddamn handicap.
May as well just
privilege.
tell the full
Yes.
story, dude.
Okay, so yeah, me and James were hanging out, and what was it? Yeah, we were on our way home.
It was late.
It was late. It was late at night, like around 3, and yeah. So I was taking him. I was driving down the freeway, and I don't know. The cop said that he was following me for a while, but I could have sworn the cop didn't get on until like close to about when he pulled me over. So anyways, I noticed I noticed that it was a cop car, so I kind of like, I kind of took my foot off the accelerator and I started pacing him, right? And then like I was pacing him, and then everything, it was fine, and then I think like I decided to like, okay, fine, he's not gonna do anything to me. And so I stepped on it a little bit more, and my bumper just passed his car, and all of a sudden he like pulled back and like and then behind me and then lit me up.
Oh.
Wow.
And then that's what he said. It's like, oh well, you passed me. I was like, my bumper just like went past your car. That was it. I was like,
He
that's
was
not
gonna
passing. I was like, yeah, my bumper went just beyond the length of the cop car, and that was like his idea of like passing.
He was competitive. He didn't want you to pass.
Right.
He didn't want that bumper in front
Yeah,
of
Is
you.
the
and then,
Robert syndrome with the racing. Can't get in front of me.
Yeah, and then so I get off the freeway, and I pull over, and then they make their way over with their flashlights or whatever, and then ask me for my ID. So I take it out, give it to him, and then he explains like why he pulled me over, and then like I think he was trying to find a reason to like just let me off or whatever. Because like because he asked me, because never in my life has, because I've been not to be be bragging about this, but I've been pulled over a few times for speeding. But like the cop has never asked me, because he asked me to like put my hand like on the car door, and then lean my head out, and then do like the finger, like follow my finger test. But like
Really? Inside the car?
Yeah, from inside the car. Like, but then I've never had a cop like ask me to put my hands on the door. Like they would just like tell me to like turn my head over towards them, and then like they would just like all follow my finger. But then never like have I like had to like put my hands on the dash on my door.
You had to do that this time.
Yeah,
Just making sure maybe that you don't pull out a weapon or something. I don't know.
maybe I guess.
That's
but
fine.
I can't even handle guns. So like I don't know how like what's he like
No.
expecting me to like? Does he think like I like control like guns with my mind?
Maybe, or you're
You
like
never know.
you're like
I
that
don't
guy
know.
from The Walking Dead that like had that like blade for an arm.
Oh yeah.
Merle.
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 Yeah.
Little attachments.
Yeah,
on
but it was
mine.
pretty hilarious. It's like, okay, and then so he's like, okay, and then it's like, all right, I'm gonna let you off with a warning this time. I was like, okay.
You got lucky, man, because if it were me driving, who knows? He probably would have given me the ticket.
These are his
I
pretty
don't know.
ladies.
Right.
Those
Yes.
are his pretty ladies.
Those are
Yeah.
my pretty. Yeah.
I always
these
tell
are
him
my
not
pretty
to-
ladies. These are my pretty.
I always
ladies.
tell him not to rely on it, though. You never know.
Yeah.
but
I
I'm
mean,
glad
yeah,
we
I'll
lucked out. We
I'll
lucked
admit, I've been very lucky.
Yeah.
I've been very lucky.
I don't think I've ever been let off with a warning.
See,
So
right?
once-
I wasn't let off with a warning, but I think a cop got a call to something else and had to let me
Oh.
go.
Right. So
But-
like an actual like a real crime was
I
happening,
think
and then they had to go.
It
and
had
they
to be
booked it.
because it was like
Oh.
2 a.m.
Right, and I was lucky in that because it was CHP. It wasn't LAPD. It was CHP.
Ooh.
Oh,
And
wow.
you're
Yeah,
really
there
lucky.
you
You
go.
never get a warning.
Yeah,
from CHP.
exactly.
That's what I'm
And
saying,
and you
dude.
know, like CHP are like they're notorious like dicks.
Yeah, they don't
Yeah.
let anyone go.
So
No, mine was LAPD, but I had expired insurance. I didn't have up-to-date registration, and I thought my car was going to get taken from me and
Oh, wow.
all that stuff. And then he took my license, and I had an insurance card, but it was expired, and everything was expired. And I was just like, "You got to be kidding me!" And I had been playing hockey, and I cut through it was like 2 a.m, so I cut through because I didn't want to avoid a light, so I cut through a intersection. And he must even, I don't know where he was, because all of a sudden see him flying up behind me, and I was like, uh-oh, this is going to suck. So he lights me up, pulls me over, and he's like, let me see this, let me see that. And I was like, okay, my registration expired like 2 days ago. I don't have my up-to-date insurance card. Trying to be like, oh, it's in the mail or something like that. And he's like, all right. And I'm just sitting there like, you've got to be kidding me. And then it's like 5 minutes, 6, 7 minutes. Then all of a sudden he walks back up, hands me his stuff, and he's just like, all right, drive safe. Jumps back in his car, flies, lights flying on, and just
Damn, you got
goes
really
out of the parking
lucky,
lot. I
dude.
was like, whoa. I was like 2 seconds from my house, and I was like, yep, let's go home.
Thank God, thank
Oh,
God for
nice.
that murder.
I know.
Right? Seriously.
No, but like, yeah, that whole like, oh, it's in the mail. I used that excuse to get out a $300 ticket.
There you go.
Because I was I stopped at a Starbucks to get some coffee, and then this particular Starbucks has a really small parking lot, and so there was no spots, and I was just gonna go in and out real fast, so I parked in the handicap spot, and then I get my coffee, I get back to my car, I get in, I turn on the engine, I shift into reverse to pull out, and then right at that moment, a freaking parking enforcement car comes and blocks me in. And then like she asked, and then like the lady, like the parking enforcement lady asked me, he's like, oh, where's your handicap backer? And then like, just like really quickly, it just came to me, like, oh, it's like, I'm in the process of renewing.
I just haven't gotten it yet.
Yeah, I just haven't gotten it yet.
Hey,
And
that's
then-
believable, right?
Yeah, and so,
Yeah. I
but
can't
then,
say that.
but then she said like, okay, well, I'm gonna give you this ticket, and then you could, get it resolved later. I was like, oh man, come on, and then I just said, come on, and then.
Okay, never mind. That's
Exactly.
cool.
No, the funny thing is that's exactly what happened. She's like, oh, okay, fine, and then she like pulled in, and I was able
Man,
to
I
get
want to
out
use
of
the
there.
come on. That'd be awesome. I'm gonna give you this
I'll do
ticket,
that
buddy.
next time. Come
on. You know what? You're right. You're right.
Pull the Peter Griffin. Come on.
Come on.
I know this guy has a certain charm about him. Maybe he could pull it off. Maybe we can't. I don't know.
But yeah, no, these are
Maybe.
his pretty ladies. This is how he gets out of tickets.
They're
all the
gorgeous.
time.
Are gorgeous.
All that handicap privilege.
I know, right?